Machine learning represents a significant structural advancement in the analytical capacity of nonprofit organizations. As these organizations increasingly operate within data-intensive environments, they face the dual challenge of managing complex datasets while maximizing social impact under conditions of resource scarcity. Machine learning provides a framework through which data can be transformed into actionable insight, enabling organizations to refine strategy, automate repetitive processes, and enhance decision-making precision. At its core, machine learning allows systems to learn from data and generate predictions or classifications without being explicitly programmed for every task. For nonprofits, this capability supports a transition from reactive administrative practices toward adaptive and evidence-driven governance. Automation of routine tasks reduces operational burden, while predictive modeling strengthens program planning and resource allocation. In this sense, machine learning is not merely a technological enhancement, but an instrument of institutional evolution. The theoretical foundations of machine learning within the sector derive from broader developments in artificial intelligence and computational statistics. Supervised learning relies on labeled datasets to predict specific outcomes. Unsupervised learning, by contrast, identifies patterns and structures within unlabeled data. While these techniques have long been employed in private sector marketing and fraud detection, their relevance to donor engagement, volunteer coordination, and program evaluation in nonprofit contexts is increasingly evident. Supervised learning offers immediate strategic applications. When historical donor data is labeled according to behavior, contribution frequency, or attrition, predictive models can estimate the likelihood of future engagement. Decision tree models can classify donor segments and identify individuals at risk of disengagement. Support vector machines can manage high-dimensional beneficiary datasets where variables interact in complex ways. Neural networks can detect intricate relationships between multiple social, economic, and behavioral indicators that influence program participation. These tools allow organizations to anticipate trends rather than merely record them. Unsupervised learning complements this approach by uncovering hidden structures within data. Clustering algorithms can segment donors according to behavioral patterns, enabling tailored communication strategies and targeted campaigns. Anomaly detection techniques can identify irregular financial transactions, strengthening internal oversight and safeguarding credibility. Dimensionality reduction methods simplify large data sets, making analysis more accessible and facilitating clearer visualization of program outcomes. Together, these methods transform fragmented data into coherent strategic intelligence. Illustrative applications demonstrate the operational implications of these paradigms. In donor engagement, behavioral clustering allows organizations to design differentiated outreach strategies, improving retention without proportionally increasing expenditure. In financial oversight, anomaly detection algorithms can flag irregular patterns that may signal fraud or administrative error. In beneficiary management, dimensionality reduction can streamline complex records, improving planning accuracy and service delivery. Automation of repetitive data entry and reporting further releases staff capacity for mission-critical work. Despite these advantages, adoption introduces structural and ethical challenges. Many nonprofits confront persistent issues related to poor data quality, limited digital infrastructure, and insufficient technical expertise. Machine learning models require clean, structured, and reliable data to function effectively. Without systematic data governance, predictive outputs may be distorted or misleading. Moreover, models must be monitored continuously to maintain relevance as donor demographics, funding landscapes, and social conditions evolve. Ethical considerations are equally significant. Algorithmic systems may reproduce biases embedded in training data. Decision-making opacity may undermine transparency if stakeholders cannot understand how classifications or predictions are generated. Responsible implementation therefore requires deliberate governance frameworks that integrate technical rigor with ethical oversight. Strategies for effective adoption include phased pilot projects that demonstrate feasibility and generate institutional confidence. Cloud-based platforms offer scalable solutions without requiring extensive internal infrastructure. Open-source tools reduce financial barriers while enabling customization. Crucially, staff training and interdisciplinary collaboration cultivate internal capacity, ensuring that technical outputs align with organizational mission and strategic priorities. Successful integration of machine learning is therefore not solely a technical shift. It represents a cultural transformation toward data-informed practice. Leadership commitment to analytical literacy, ethical reflection, and strategic alignment determines whether machine learning strengthens accountability or merely adds complexity. For the nonprofit sector, machine learning offers a pathway toward adaptive governance. By combining supervised and unsupervised methods, organizations can refine donor engagement, detect anomalies, optimize operations, and allocate resources more efficiently. These capabilities reinforce accountability by grounding decisions in evidence rather than intuition. At a broader level, the integration of machine learning situates nonprofits within a global transition toward technologically mediated governance. For scholars, this development opens inquiry into the intersection of artificial intelligence, ethics, and institutional legitimacy. For practitioners, it presents actionable tools capable of scaling efficiency while preserving mission integrity. Ultimately, machine learning functions as a strategic enabler. When implemented responsibly and supported by inclusive governance, it enhances operational efficiency, strengthens oversight, and expands the capacity of nonprofit organizations to generate measurable social impact. It does not replace ethical leadership or community trust, but it amplifies the analytical foundations upon which sustainable and accountable social interventions depend.